Hi Pisces, welcome to October. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And I'm getting ready to do your reading for October. Sorry this video is coming too late. I've been under the weather and trying to get these out as soon as I can. Thank you for your patience. So this month we have Pluto going direct. The beginning of the month, we have a full moon in Aries on the 13th and a new moon in Scorpio, which is favorable to your sign, on October 27th. So let's see what Pisces needs to know about love and relationships for the month of October. What does Pisces need to know about love and relationships for the month of October? Ooh, look at this. Card fell out. The King of Cups. Water sign. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. What does Pisces need to know about love and relationships for the month of October? What's coming up for Pisces? Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, the Six of Cups. The Four of Pentacles, the Empress, the Hermit, the Death card, the Ace of Cups, the Hangman, Five of Wands, the High Priestess, the Magician. Wow. So you've got a lot of major arcana too. The power is yours. I think this month is going to be very fateful for a lot of people. A lot of the signs have been getting all these major cards. So here you have the Six of Cups. This is a card of healing from the past and moving toward the future. There's going to be an improvement in your situation in October. So whatever you've been dealing with that's been difficult, things are going to get better. This is a card of you're healing from the past, you've learned lessons from the past, and you're wanting to improve your life in some way. The Six of Cups can also bring someone back from the past. You might be reconnecting with people that you've lost contact with, reestablishing a relationship from the past. It can also bring new people into your life as well. That, like you're going to be meeting people from the past, but also meeting new people. So for some of you, you might be connecting with someone from the past. Some of you might be connecting with someone new, and you're not going to make the same mistakes because you've learned from your actions in the past. You're not going to do the same thing. Now, you have the Four of Pentacles here. So you're looking for security. You want a relationship, and you might be looking also for financial security. The Four of Pentacles, though, the energy of the Four of Pentacles is the tendency to hold on too tightly. So maybe you need to release something in October. Release something from the past that you've been holding on to. Maybe you need to stop trying to control the outcome of a relationship. Just let things go. Go with the flow. So if you've been trying too hard to make something happen, maybe you should just kind of just chill a little bit. Sometimes the Six of Cups, the other thing is, it could also bring, even if it's somebody new that you're meeting, it could be someone that you have an instant connection to. That feels like, it's like a karmic connection or a past life connection. Like when you know you're meeting someone from a past life, when you meet someone and you find that you're instant friends or you just have this instant harmony. It's like, I've known you for years even though we just met. That's usually because you've had a life together in a past life. You've had a relationship. So I feel like that there is definitely going to be an improvement and possibly new love coming in October. In the past, you have the Empress card here. So you have a tendency, this is a card of the Mother card, of nurturing something. You're really been, so in the past you've been spending a lot of time with family and home. You've been kind of like, I feel like you're healing from something and you've been spending time with family as part of that process. Like you've been either taking care of family members or being nurtured by family. The Empress is like the mother card. It's also a creativity card, a card of, and Pisces is a very creative sign. And this also relates to children, birth, abundance. So you have the support of your family. Whatever you've been going through, you've felt supported by family and friends. But you may have been kind of locked into a period of loneliness in the recent past because the Hermit card is here. So you've kind of pulled back from socializing because you're trying to process everything. Maybe a way of life has died, has ended, because you have the Death card here. And you have been isolating yourself so that you could figure it all out. Figure out where do I go from here? A cycle has ended because the Death card represents the ending of something where you put it to rest and clear out the old, and you're preparing for a new beginning, but I don't think you've totally healed from the past. Whatever has ended in the past, you're still kind of dealing with it. But you're starting to open up a little because you have the Ace of Cups here in the future. So things are starting to change, even if it's slow change. And with the Hermit, you've been doing a lot of thinking. And maybe you've even seen a counselor to help you deal with certain feelings and emotions. Because the Hermit is about evaluating your life. What is right for me? What have I just been through? What kind of relationship do I want? So you're not really like rushing into anything. You just want to process everything and think, what do I need to go from here? What's right for me? Because I don't want to make the same mistakes. I don't want to fall into a similar situation where I'm not happy. I want to make sure that whatever I choose, whatever new path I'm on, is going to bring fulfillment. And you have this Death card. So the Death card definitely means a new life is calling. But before you can enter into this new world, you have to let something go that you've been holding on to. The Death is about accepting that something has ended, that some way of life is over, and you can't recreate it, you can't recall it back, but you have to, bless it for everything it meant to you and release it. Because as long as you're holding on to the past, you're going to block whatever new energy is trying to come in. So I'm not saying rush into anything. Take your time. Whatever time you need to heal, take your time. But know that at some point you're going to have to clear out the old to make room for the new. And you have this Ace of Cups. Now this is a time card. So it could take several months, maybe even half a year, because this is a card, the Ace of Cups, there is potential for new love, but it's not going to be an overnight thing. It's going to be something that develops over time. And this could happen, it may not even come to fruition until next year. Because this time frame is June, July, August, and we're already way past that. So I'm feeling that whatever but it could start in this month. You could start reaching out to people and making connections. And it will grow over time and come to fruition by next summer, by June. So it's going to take maybe 6 months or more before it develops into the love relationship that you want. But the beginning, this is like a spark, it's the beginning stages. And I think it depends a lot on whether you're willing to release the past or not. Whenever you're ready to release that past, then you're going to be able to open up and make room for this new energy to come in. So you have the Hangman here, which is another card of walking away from something, giving something up for something better. It's in your fear sector. It's like you're afraid to give it up. You're afraid to take action. Because you're not really ready to give up your current situation. The Hangman, there's always a sacrifice involved with the Hangman, where you feel that even though I know I'm moving into something better, there's a part of me that doesn't want to give up what I have. So you have this conflict, and it's shown here in the Five of Wands. In your environment, you're like It could be that you're having petty arguments with the people around you. It could be in a relationship. You're fighting over, little stuff, meaningless stuff. But it could also mean internal conflict. Like you're not really sure if you want to give something up for something else. So it's possible that you could connect with someone from the past and think, well, do I want to pursue this relationship? Do I want to give up my status and whatever I have now to move into this new thing? I'm not totally unhappy with where I'm at now, but, so there's that risk thing going on. But definitely with the Hangman, the other thing that the Hangman represents is having to have patience, because like you've been feeling like you're in limbo. And you feel like things are just not moving quickly enough, like everything is kind of stuck. But I think that now that we're having some of these major planets move forward, especially Saturn and Pluto, things are going to start to come unstuck. And we'll see when I go into the astrology, we'll see what areas of life that's going to affect it for you. But the Hangman usually tells you have to give something up. You can't just have both. You can't have the best of both worlds. If you want to move into something new and more fulfilling, you have to give something up. You have to release the past. You have to accept that a certain cycle has ended and, just let it go. Bless it, let it go. Then that will help you relieve the conflict that you're feeling. You might be conflicted. Do I really want this new beginning? Do I want to move into this new situation? So but you have plenty of time to think about it, because this is a card of, having to have patience while things develop. The High Priestess. You might be thinking about someone who's very spiritual, very intuitive, someone you admire greatly. Also, it means trust your instincts, trust your intuition. If you feel called to go in a certain direction, it's your soul telling you. Like your soul and your psyche knows what's best for you, even if your conscious mind doesn't. So you might just have these feelings like, I need to go in this direction. Why do I feel like I need to do this? It's your soul and your psyche trying to lead you on the right path. And you have the Magician here. The Magician is about communication. It's about using your thoughts to create your reality. It's about how do I manifest what I want? How are you manifesting? By choosing your words carefully, and policing what you think, because your thoughts are the blueprint for reality. And if you constantly have a negative mindset, you're going to draw negativity to you. So if you constantly say, oh, nothing ever works out in my life, no one ever is going to love me, or I'm not this, I'm not that, I can't do this, I can't do that. Stop yourself. Just say cancel, cancel. Because you have all the skills you need. You're very talented, and you have the ability to communicate, and you have the ability to manifest whatever you want to create. You just have to believe in yourself, and you have to trust that you can achieve. And so start doing these positive affirmations, even if it's 5 minutes a day. Tell yourself, yes, I am lovable. Yes, I can have a great relationship. Yes, I'm going to do this. I am successful. I am, awesome. Write it down on a piece of paper and post it, in the bathroom somewhere, or something that you see every day. Because the Magician is a lesson. It's teaching us that we can use the power of our thoughts to create the life we want to live, to create the love we want to receive. It's all up to what you believe within yourself, what you tell yourself, how you program your mind, and how you program yourself. And what you believe is possible, can happen. So that's the key to get out of any kind of difficulty, is to believe that you can do it, that it's possible. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So for you, the full moon in Aries is falling in your money houses, the 2nd and 8th house. The moon's in the 2nd, the sun's in the 8th. So like I was saying, you are concerned about finances in October. Something may be coming to completion. Either you've applied for a loan or something, or you're trying to figure out ways to make more money, to bring more income. And that's going to, you're going to see certain truths around the full moon. You're going to wake up to your financial situation one way or another and learn, and something may, you might be taking action, and that may come to completion around the full moon. There could be some power struggles because Pluto is T-squaring this moon from the 11th house. So Pluto is transforming what your hopes and wishes, and even like your income in some way. But you could have some power struggles with people in authority or groups that you belong to about finances. Like who's paying for what, and am I always paying for everything? So there could be something along those lines that you have to address at this full moon. Venus is going to be in your 9th house opposing Uranus in the 3rd house. So you could be connecting with someone from a distance. There could be a new love with someone who's very different than you. Someone who is from a different culture, maybe raised in a different environment. And it could be a sudden thing. Like you just run into somebody and things just start out of the blue. Someone you least expected to connect with, all of a sudden you're connecting with this person. Venus in the 9th can also mean travel. Like you may feel like I want to travel, I want to get out of my environment. You could be involved in some kind of communications project or an internet project that brings in extra income. It could be revolving around technology. You could be teaching or learning with Venus. Maybe you're open to learning new skills. But Venus is like a positive thing. It brings love, it brings money. Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion, is trining this moon. So you have support from Jupiter to take a risk, take a chance, expand your environment. It's in your 10th house. Jupiter in your 10th house is bringing career success. It's bringing opportunity. So don't be afraid to grasp a new opportunity if it comes. It'll be something you really enjoy. It brings abundance. It could also bring a fortunate connection with someone through the work that you do. And it could change your status in some way. So you might be dealing with ideas that are outside of your comfort zone. And with Venus in the 9th house opposing Uranus, I don't know, you could be dealing with a Libra, you could be dealing with Sagittarius. Now the new moon in Scorpio is falling in your 9th house. So definitely this involves, it could be a legal situation that comes to completion. Like some surprises may happen at the full moon, but then you're on a new path at the new moon. So you're resolving any kind of legal situation. You might decide to, I don't know, there might be a contract or a new beginning, a contract you have to sign at this new moon. It's opposed by Uranus, so it's like expect the unexpected. Maybe you decide to go back to school. Maybe you decide to teach something. Maybe you decide to travel. If you get some kind of, with the 8th house and the 2nd house, the full moon, you might get some type of settlement that gives you money and you decide to travel. I'm going to travel. I'm going to, take some classes. I'm going to expand my horizons. This new moon is opposed by Uranus in the 3rd. So you could have some surprising developments come out that have to do with relatives, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. It's also the travel houses, so you want to be careful. Like, don't rush around without thinking. You could have car problems sometimes with the 3rd house being activated. But it also, the Uranus in the 3rd house sometimes can bring your interest, renew your interest in science and technology. Uranus rules astrology. You could be thinking about astrology, like, I want to learn more about astrology. Or you might be learning more about the internet, or more about something that has to do with technology. Computer programming, or, website creation. So any of those things could be part of this new beginning that you're experiencing at the end of October. And let's see, where does Scorpio rules your 9th house? Pluto is now moving forward in your 9th house. So if you felt blocked in any way in terms of a legal situation, that's going to start to unravel. It's going to start to move. Mars is in your 8th house of money, so your expenses might be rising. And it's squaring Saturn in the 11th house. So you could have some conflict with an authority figure over money. So, like money that you're expecting to receive. There might be some conflict about... It's like blocking you from achieving a dream. Like you have this goal that you want to achieve, but you need the money to do it. And so you've been waiting for this money to come in. Things should happen, though. You should see some movement around those things because of your 9th house being activated. There should be some surprises. Let's see. The North Node, you have the North Node in the 5th, but that's been... Uranus is, Neptune's still in your 1st house, so you are... it's going to be in your 1st house for a while. You're really connecting with your spirituality. You should do something creative with Neptune in your 1st house. You're feeling very intuitive. You're feeling very creative. It would be a good way to release some of the stresses by doing some kind of art, music, dance, whatever speaks to you creatively. Would really be a help to help you heal from any stress that you're experiencing. But really, the major points that are happening in October for you are your money houses and your travel and communication houses. So it's important that you communicate with loved ones and clear up any misunderstandings. It's important and finalize any kind of financial issues or any legal issues. They may come to completion and allow you to have a new start. Like once you put all that behind you, once you end all that, then maybe you can have this new beginning where you're thinking, well, how can I expand my world? Now that I've resolved this money issue and this legal issue, where do I want to go from here? Do I want to travel? Do I want to connect? What kind of people do I want to connect with? What kind of work do I want to do? You have an opportunity for a new beginning. So don't be too rigid with the Four of Pentacles. You may have to be a little bit more flexible. But the outcome is positive. You can create anything anything is possible for you in October. You just have to believe that it's possible and think positively. Imagine a positive outcome, and you will do fine. So that's my forecast, Pisces, for this month. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and thank you for your patience. And if you'd like a private reading, just click on the link in the description box, and we'll get you on the schedule. In the meantime, if you like this video, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. And thank you for those who've left comments. Thank you for those who have ordered readings. I really appreciate your support. And I wish you nothing but the best for October. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.